Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning for this Call for Project Ideas webinar. My name is Nicolas Daudan. I joined CREAC just over 2 months ago as program director. Before that, however, I worked for several years with CREAC as an industrial member. I'm here today with several members of the CREAC team. If you have any questions during the presentation, please ask them directly in the Q&A section. We'll answer them at the end of this webinar. One more thing, please note that this webinar is recorded and will be made available on our website and social networks very soon. So, what about the agenda? Today, we're going to start by providing you with some general information about the RDV Forum. We'll then talk about submitting your project ideas. The next 2 sections will cover the steps leading up to the presentation of your project pitch during the RDV Forum, followed by your presence at a dedicated project booth. Finally, we'll summarize the next step to follow. About the RDV Forum. So, what is the context and what are the objectives of this RDV Forum? The theme this year will be generations of ideas. By the way, you may notice a kind of wordplay here, where we want to both talk about generating ideas and address a multi-generational aspect. The topics are drawn directly from CREAC's 3 strategic vectors, which are sustainable aerospace, air mobility of the future, and digital aviation system. About the objectives, there are multiple for this RDV Forum. By attending the RDV Forum, you will be able to propose an idea or challenge to your future partners, either present or join a future partner, meet the innovators of the ecosystem, and discover the tools to support the development of your ideas. So now, what is a CREAC project? Stimulating innovation through collaborative R&D, research and development, is a core business of CREAC. A minimum of 2 partners, that's how we mean collaborative R&D. So a minimum of 2 partners, for example, 1 industrial plus 1 public research organization, or 2 industrials. Project partners share the costs, risks, and results of their research. Just a point I want to address about this particular topic. About the intellectual property, just please note that they are addressed very early in the process. So it's not a sharing of the results without any frame, of course. And finally, CREAC offers strategic, financial, and administrative support to its members. So, about the RDV Forum itself, it will take place on February 25th and 26th at the Grand Quay of the Port of Montreal. We are expecting over 400 participants for the aerospace from the aerospace industry, from Quebec, Canada, and abroad. In other words, it represents for you more opportunities to connect and discuss with project ID presenters, network and meet attendees, and chat with our speakers and presenters. Now, how to submit your idea. Who can submit an idea? Companies, so industrial members or non-members, can submit an idea. Whether you are an OEM, a Tier 1, or an SME. However, all participants wishing to present a project ID must purchase a ticket and register with the event. It's the only condition. how to submit an ID. So we will share you a web link to our form online by December. So you have to complete this form online by December the 6th of this year. And before doing so, we suggest you to read the online instruction very carefully for compliance reasons. After submitting the form, what should you expect? Your ID will be reviewed by CREAC to ensure compliance. CREAC will prepare the slides for your project ID. An example is shown in the following slides. Thirdly, your idea will be presented by you or a representative of your company to the RDV Forum audience, and we'll verify that the person is registered for this event, of course. During the event, you will have a project booth. A representative of your organization must be present at booth whenever the booth area is open. Attendees will then be able to meet and discuss and manifest their interest for your project. So, like I just said, is an example of the 3 slides CREAC will prepare from your project idea. So you can see here, we will need the organization name, the acronym of the idea, something catchy, if possible. The name, the first and last names of the presenter who will be on stage. Then we will ask you for a description of the need and objectives of the research. And finally, the expertise you are providing with to the project and the expertises you are seeking for the project. And you can also add the partners that are confirmed yet, if applicable, of course. The content for your idea form. So, like said before, the project acronym, the project title, the CREAC roadmap 2035 vector the project is related to. Very important about the consistency of the project idea by itself. Describes the needs and objectives of the research, the expertise you have, and the one you are seeking. Optional partners who have already expressed their interests, if applicable. Once more. Positioning of the project in the roadmap. So you have the 3 strategic vectors of CREAC on the right of the slide. So namely, air mobility of the future, digital aviation, and sustainable aerospace. The estimated level of maturity at the beginning and at the end of the project. And finally, whether you are open to international collaboration or not. It's not mandatory, but you can if you want. The criteria to validate your project idea. Once this form has been received, we will check these few items. The submission has been made by a private for-profit organization. Technological risk or challenge by opposition to a presentation of expertise for commercial purposes. It's something we want to avoid, and it will be rejected if it's for commercial purposes. The fact you are searching for collaborators and not clients or subcontractors, of course, to be in line with CREAC's themes, to be in the domains of aeronautics, space, drones, airports, or air application. If we receive a large number of project ideas, know that other criteria could be applied, so we can make a consistent selection. About the project pitches, how does the project pitch work? First, submit your ID form with information in French and English. So it's a public description, just keep that in mind. Second point, CREAC will review your idea and validate its conformity. Third, CREAC will prepare your presentation. And fourth, the selected ideas will be presented in 2 minutes, and I insist on this point of 2 minutes, by one or more representatives of your organization during the event. About the booth, then, after the presentation, so the pitch of your project idea, a project idea representative will be present at the booth at all times. We ask you to have at least one representative, ideally 2, at all times when the booth area is open. And finally, CREAC will collect the list of participants that are actually interested in your project so that we can assist you in the follow-up and qualification of the contact. Then about the next steps as of today. What are the next steps? So first one is to register for the Rendezvous Forum and benefit from the yearly bird rate. About this point, you have until the 18th of December 2024. Then propose your project idea, of course, prepare your participation with the CREAC help, and last but not least, meet us on February 25th and 26th of 2025 to access the ideas and to exchange with all the actors of collaborative innovation of the ecosystem. That concludes this presentation. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, if you haven't already done so, you can add them directly in the Q&A section. So let's see if we have such questions. Let me see. Okay. Excuse me, I don't see the questions. So first questions, thank you. Who is meant by tier 1? Excuse me for that. A tier 1 is a direct supplier of an OEM. So the final step before the OEM. I hope this is clearer. Second question, how many people have to be registered per project for the booth? Ideally 2, I would say. So we can be present, both of you can be present the project booth. And is there a limit to the number of proposals submitted? Can 2, 3 more projects be submitted? Absolutely. You can fill in as many forms you want to. I just want to show you a new question. Excuse me. Can university present a project? Unfortunately not. The project ideas must be presented by an industrial partner. However, if you have an idea, a precise idea of what kind of industrial member you want to reach, you can directly join them to suggest the idea, and maybe could it present the idea. Should participants be Canadian partners necessarily? No, but the work should be performed in Canada or Quebec. But you can, a representative of a cluster organization in Quebec or Canada should present the idea, but it's not a mandatory condition. An international industry, for example, can present an idea. Just want to show you the form by itself. So you have the link of to our project ID form for this RDV Forum. The information which can be asked, first name, last name, email address, organization, your role within this organization, and more importantly, what kind of topic you want to address. It can be everywhere within these vectors. There is no problem with that. The acronym, like I said before, project title in French and English, a description of the project by itself, same in French and English. The expertise you have, the expertise you are seeking, if it is whether it is a continuation of a React project or not, and what kind of program you would like to reach, whether either exploring innovation or maturating innovation. So respectively, quite low TRL and higher TRL. So TRL, technology readiness level, if you are not familiar with that. And the kind of organization you are representing. So you not done yet, you will receive the link to this form. And going back to the presentation, just to show you, if you have more question, then you can contact us using these two email addresses. We have one more question. Why can I get more information about the type of funding rate available, max budget types, expenses covered, and so on? I really encourage you to contact us directly, either using these email addresses, or if you know us directly, you can reach to us and we will help you to identify the best program and corresponding funding mechanisms, I would say. I will wait a few more minutes if another question appears. If not, I think it concludes our webinar. Once more, if you have more questions to come in the next hours or minutes, don't hesitate, feel free to contact us using this email address. And thank you for your attention, and have a great day. Goodbye.